What's happening, Tribe? Welcome back after quite a while. Sushant and I are back, and we're going to discuss fixture planning from game week 22 to 27. I remember doing the same with Sushant from game week 16 to 21. But as we all know, that all planning has kind of gone for a toss. I see a lot of hue and cry about all the fixtures getting postponed and planning going out of the window. But hey, we still need to kind of go on, and it's just half a season is over. There's still a lot of games to be played, and I think this is the time to really stay calm and still planning. Planning is definitely still there. Yes, a lot of luck has now come into the game, but I guess it's going to level it out. Once the season ends, the likes of DCL, people got him in for double game week and not playing, but we had to realize at the end of the day how many points he would have gotten in terms of, even if you've gotten 10, 12 points, and how much you're going to score at the end of the season. It just kind of figure out the percentage and how big a loss you should really feel about it. Yes, we need to adapt and learn and move on and be mobile and so on and so forth. Welcome, Sushant. Long time it's been. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Anuj. Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to the tribe as well. So yeah, looking forward to the fixture planning again, as you just mentioned. It's been a tough few weeks with all the postponements. So, but yeah, it has to be. We still have to continue planning. We still have to do what we can based on the information that we have right now, and hope for the best. Yeah.
Absolutely. For all the viewers, you might hear something in background. My neighbor had just picked up today to really renovate his house, so apologies for that. All right, we'll start with our fixture planning. Just like last time, we're gonna look into how we're gonna go ahead is we're gonna look into attacks in terms of the best fixtures, in terms of the attack for the teams as well as the defense. In both these facets, what we've done is we have kind of taken the short-term fixtures, medium-term fixtures, and long-term fixtures for the teams. Short-term could be, a 2 or a 3 game, at max 3 fixtures stretch. Medium-term could be sporadic as well, but yeah, it could be from anywhere from 2 to 4 fixtures. And long-term is obviously from a 6 to 7 fixture perspective. At least 4 fixtures should be kind of favorable on that facet. Same goes for defense. So we'll start with Ben Crellin. Obviously, he's one thing about him is that since the time all these postponements have started, obviously I track him very, very closely, like most of us, and I always have an eye on big accounts. I always have the eye on their subscribers, and his number in the last 2-3 weeks from 155,000 is gone to 185,000 just in the last 2-3 weeks because of this whole hierarchy around the fixtures and so on and so forth. Sushant, you want to take this one? Because Man United played Villa last night, right?
Yeah, we got lucky, but maybe got lucky in terms of the double game week as well. So Villa lost, and there's a good chance now there's a double game week in game week 23. It's either going to be Burnley or Leeds. I know Ben also mentioned that the Leeds Aston Villa game was initially to be on television, so it may not be scheduled, and instead it'll be Villa versus Burnley. Either ways, I think it's a good fixture. I think the other fixture that Aston Villa have is like Newcastle or someone like that. So it's a very good fixture, definitely, and they have a really good run of fixtures. So yeah, interesting. Time to make some space in the team to get one of their attackers or even a defender, for example. Yeah.
No, absolutely, and the kind of signings Gerrard has. Obviously, he only has done one in terms of Coutinho, obviously, but there are a lot of rumors about Luca Dean from Everton signing, especially so game week 23. As Sushant mentioned, and as for Ben's tweet, game week 23 might just have one double game week, which is obviously not sure, but it's likely now because Aston Villa lost yesterday, as in a few hours back. And they might have a probability of Villa playing Burnley is more because Burnley themselves have like three game fixtures pending, and the other one could be Leeds versus Villa, but that I think, as per the televised schedule, might not be as important. So yeah, so something to look forward to for people looking at Aston Villa assets as well, and we'll obviously get into detail for them as well. Yeah, so this is so this week, like I said, we're gonna put it into three different parts. So this is the short term in terms of the attacks, as you can see from game week 22 to game week 27. Anything stands out for you here, Sushant?
Yeah, obviously Watford game week 22 and 23 are just simply outstanding from an attacking standpoint. Watford really need the points right now, and I feel like there's a good chance at least one of their attackers, Dennis or King, and some I think own both of them, and I won't be. I mean, I'd be happy to kind of start both of them if I have. Definitely worth. If you don't have any of them, I think definitely target one of them at least. And even the game week 24 fixture against West Ham isn't terribly bad fixture. West Ham have been conceding a lot of chances. They have, I think, they're in the bottom 5 for XG conceded in the last 4 game weeks. So I'd say even maybe you could extend it all the way to game week 24.
Sorry.
Yeah, and even Leicester. I mean, Leicester's fixtures aren't the most easiest. I mean, they do have Burnley, which is a good fixture. Maybe Brighton as well, a little bit. Tottenham not so much. More recently, Tottenham have been pretty good defensively, and also Leicester are missing a lot of attackers. So if my personal view is, I may not go for one of them, but I know a lot of them are. A lot of people are looking at Maddison. Even Lookman is out of position at the moment. What are your thoughts on that, Anuj?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Watford, as you said, the first 3 teams they're playing, obviously one is a double game week. Newcastle, Burnley, Norwich, 3 worst attacks. Oh, sorry, the 3 most underwhelming defenses in Premier League right now. Burnley, we thought in the initial first quarter of the season that Burnley might just come out of it, but they haven't. Especially they have been. I was just looking at this. They have been better away, but at home they have been surprisingly they have been quite leaky. Newcastle, everybody knows. I don't think Eddie Howe really concentrates on defense. But yes, they have signed Trippier, but definitely Trippier is not really for his defensive capabilities, but more for his attacking. Norwich, a funny kind of stat for them. Since I'll just kind of quickly switch over to. Okay, so this is the best XGC in terms of the away games for teams. So if you see, Watford is right here at number 5. So the away stats in terms of XGC are not too bad, but for people, obviously people who believe in the stat, they will also kind of like to see the stat. They haven't had a single clean sheet till now. So and their defense, I think, is ravaged with injuries as well. So that's a different point of view. But in terms of attack, I totally agree. Dennis and King are the 2 people to really go for too, and they come cheap as well. I think another one which you had mentioned offline is Newcastle. Their fixtures look pretty decent as well. Yeah,
they have Watford. They have Watford, Leeds, and Everton the next 3. It's a little difficult. They do have Wilson out. Would have been a really good player to own at the moment. The only issue is the injuries that they have and who are the players that they're getting in. But the fixtures on paper are great. Watford obviously conceded a lot of chances. Even Leeds, the same. And Everton also, they've improved Everton more recently, but still you feel like, they continue to concede chances. They conceded 2 against Hull in the FA Cup as well. So, yeah, I think 3 good fixtures. Just not sure if there's a player out there. Saint Maximin maybe. If someone already has them, I guess probably hold. But yeah, if you're going for it, probably Watford attacker in the forward position is better.
Wilson is injured, right?
Yeah, he's out, I think, almost for 8 weeks or so. So it's a really tough one. I mean, they need to find some players right away. I know they're searching for centre backs. I don't know what their search is on the forward line, but they definitely need players.
And also, I was looking at the fixtures post 27 game week, and from 28 to 38, Their FTR is 16th or 17th. So these are the fixtures, next 3-4 fixtures. They really survive. They really have to kind of get 3 points each from these games, and they can only win attacking. So Saint Maximin could be one good shout here. All right, so we get into medium term in terms of attack. United, the good run in terms of the fixtures on paper has been going on since game week 16. And I think this is the last stretch of 6 games, or 7 because they are in double game week as well, which kind of is absolutely favorable for them. Obviously, yesterday and a few hours back as well, they won, but were lucky to win 1-0. What assets should we really concentrate on in terms of attack?
It's a tough one. I mean, United right now, it's they're like mid-table in attack, to be honest. And the only obvious pick is Ronaldo at the moment, only because he's on penalties. Any chances that fall, which is very limited. I mean, they're hardly creating any chances at the moment. So, and if that, it's kind of falling to Ronaldo. So, still good fixtures. I'd say West Ham conceding a lot of chances. Burnley to Leeds, Watford. Those are good fixtures too. I'm the double is not exactly the most ideal. Aston Villa and Brentford, but yeah, I mean, it's still possible. Ronaldo kind of sneaks in a goal or two. In attack, I only see Ronaldo at the moment. Sancho has a hamstring injury or something of that sort. Rashford seems completely out of it. And Bruno, I'm not sure if he's going to start. He's not started the last 2. So all of these considered, I think only Ronaldo. Also, I think for many, I think Ronaldo is going to be the captain for double game week because Son is out injured as well. So
there's no option.
Yeah, there's hardly any options. It's either United assets or I think a lot of people are even looking at Watford options, considering their fixtures. Dennis.
True, right. Absolutely, there's no other option in terms of apart from Ronaldo. The only thing is that whether it's value for money or not. How United has been playing, they have been sneaking in with 1-0 victories. Burnley, so then fixtures are right there. As you rightly said, double game week might not be the best one, and I think Watford really kind of takes the cake in terms of the best double game week fixtures. But going forward, Burnley away, Leeds, Watford, definitely for the taking. Everton, I was one of those who got in DCL for double game week 21. Unfortunately, obviously the fixture got postponed. Now, you can't really do much about it. There's nothing to really cry about it. It just happens. Obviously, double game week was not the game week why he was being brought in, because his next few fixtures look really nice as well. Norwich away, I think they should. Everton should be winning these Norwich, Newcastle, Leeds games going forward, because if they have to come into the first half of the table, like I was mentioning about Newcastle, even for Everton, fixtures beyond 27, they are at number 19 in terms of the FTR. So these are the games they really, really have to win. It's not about relegation. They will never get into the relegation fight, but yes, it's Benitez, and Benitez wouldn't like to kind of tarnish his managerial image. So I think Gray in midfield, I think he's also kind of injured now. DCL looks to be the only option. I'm not sure Richarlison, when is he back?
Is Gray injured? I assumed he was.
I think so. I don't think he played the FA Cup because of some.
No, he did
for a rest.
He played for 95 minutes. I think they took him off after they scored the winning goal in extra time. So he scored a goal as well. He seemed lively. Obviously, it was against Hull, but I'm expecting him to. He should be fine. I think he should be fine. Has also got the extended break with the Leicester game postponed. So good fixtures on paper for sure. And as you mentioned, Everton really need to push on from here. I think Benitez has struggled, and his thanks to some of the injuries as well. But he needs to turn it around right now. Otherwise, I'm not sure he's going to keep his job.
Okay, long-term attack. Whether this team had a double game week or not, it has to be right up there. Whether it's attack or defense, apart from that, the fixtures. I'm sure they will get something out of the Chelsea game as well. But after that, it's Southampton, Brentford, Norwich, Tottenham. Yes, might be another tricky one. But Everton. they're right up there to be for attacking assets to be brought. At the end of the day, it's about which attacker to be really brought into the team.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's always the case with City. I think the fixtures on paper are outstanding. Obviously, in terms of attack, you have Sterling, KDB, Foden, and Jesus. He seems to be rotated quite heavily right now. I don't know if
Yeah,
he's going to start more with Mahrez off to AFCON, or Pep is going to find another solution. It's not sure, but for me, I'd say Foden for his value at 8. I think he's 8 million right now. If
and
he's
and,
fit,
and the ownership
yeah,
is
the
still
ownership,
6-7%.
yeah, ownership is outstanding.
Yeah.
I am definitely targeting him from game week 23 onwards. So
Mm.
for sure, I feel like is a good asset to own at his price and ownership, a good differential. Yeah, I mean, even if he starts like 2 out of those, like 4, 5, even 3 out of 4 or 5 fixtures, it's pretty good. He still could get some double digit hauls there.
Yeah, because he looks to be the guy who would get you the maximum points amongst all the City attackers because he's so lively,
Yeah,
he's so upfront.
yeah.
So yeah, so that's Foden for you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Foden looked really good. I mean, obviously, he had that issue off field, and he wasn't
Yeah.
played for a couple of game weeks. But the game week he was back when he started, he was brilliant. He was the man of the match there. And I really thought he's going to start against Arsenal as well. But yeah, and then COVID,
Mm.
so he's out. So yeah, I'm expecting him to start more games in this next bit of run. And I think last season it was in from January to February. I believe that was the run when he got a lot of minutes and got a lot of points as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So I think it's a long-term hold for me, and I probably try and fit him in.
Villa is the next one. Obviously, the next game they don't have a double game week, but they have had. I think they've played. They still have 2 games pending from the postponement. Uh, like we said, 23 might be a double game week for them, but apart from that, United might be a tough one. But Everton, Leeds, Newcastle, Watford, it's a superb run. Uh,
Yeah.
23 to 26. Okay, Brighton is at 27th. I think Brighton at home might be a tough cookie to crack, but couldn't get better run for them for Aston Villa.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think, I mean, looking at the fixtures, as we just mentioned, if we get get a confirmation for Aston Villa, if they have a double game week in 23 before the deadline of 22,
Yeah,
it's still United fixture isn't that bad. Based on what we saw today, Watkins is definitely an option even for that fixture. And if Everton and Burnley or Everton and Leeds, and then Leeds again in 24, so that is really good set of fixtures. So I'm there's good. It makes good sense to even get him in early. If you have only 2 strikers, let's say you have Antonio and King, and you're looking at a third striker, I'd say it's still a good punt to go for Watkins.
yeah, and I think it looked lively in the game against United in their.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the game week 24 is against Leeds, and I was just kind of looking at the fixtures. So I think game week 20 and game week 24 teams are playing again in the same teams. So I think the Aston Villa, the fixture that they have postponed against Leeds was game week 20.
okay,
Sorry, 19, the first half of the season, and this is 24. So they have to play Leeds twice now. So which is again
right,
like a great point for their assets to be bought.
yeah,
West Ham again. They had a double game week 21, and I think I kind of maybe jumped the gun by getting a defender, which is fine. But I think the next match is, which is I think in a couple of days' time against Norwich home.
yeah,
Hopefully
yeah,
they keep a clean sheet. But going forward, again, Leeds, Watford, Newcastle,
yeah,
Leicester away. Leicester has been leaky as well. So
yeah.
definitely, West Ham assets have to be kind of trusted and held on to.
Yeah, I think so. Even Leicester, I think the reverse fixture, West Ham scored 4, if I remember correctly, against Leicester. So that's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
fixture for sure. Newcastle, Watford, Leeds are absolutely brilliant fixtures. That too, all at home. I mean, again, and the United fixture is not too terrible, to be honest, with
yeah,
the
yeah.
space the United is right now giving in the midfield and forward. So Bowen and Antonio. I mean, at least for me, Bowen is like absolute hold. Maybe even a captaincy shout in one of those fixtures. We have to look at
Correct.
other fixtures. But yeah, I mean, if you already
Absolutely.
don't own any of these, definitely worth looking at and getting them in.
Absolutely. Totally agree. All right. We'll get into the defense now. We'll start with the short term. This might be a funny one, right? It's Watford. Yes, this is as per. So, the reason they're at number one in terms of defense, and we have kept them on the short term radar, is because of the teams that they're playing. Out of the three teams, Newcastle, Burnley, and Norwich, I think Newcastle might be the most attacking one. And Burnley and Norwich are not known this season to be scoring goals. So, it's never like I was mentioning 5 minutes back. Watford's away defensive record has been not been that bad. So you never know, but there are hardly any assets for really to be go for. Apart from, I'm not too sure what's the latest on Foster as well. I think Foster is out for some time, so it's going to be the other goalkeeper who's going to be playing, but really not worth the shout, right, for Watford defensive assets.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously they haven't kept a clean sheet, but yeah, I mean, sometime they might keep a clean sheet, and if it has to come, it's probably going to come in this next three. And if you own
Correct.
Backman, and if you have him as your bench option, and you don't have another double game week keeper, then yeah, I'd probably play him for sure. But otherwise, yeah, Foster is expected to be back in the next week or so. I mean, maybe the 23 or 24, 23 for sure. I think he's back. He could be back for game week 23. I think he's back in training. So that's option. But yeah, to right now move for any of their defenders is sort of question. I think they already bought two new centre backs as well. So we're not sure who's going to start as well. So
Chelsea, this is a tricky one. Now we kept them for short term clearly because they're blank in 24-25. As you can see, because they fly to I think Japan, or Qatar for Club World Cup. But having said that, the next three games that they have is City away, which is obviously a tough one, but Brighton away and Tottenham home. They have been leaking a lot of goals lately. Haven't had a clean sheet for the last 5-6 game weeks. But Chelsea still has conceded the least goals in terms of away games. So I wouldn't be surprised if the City game might be a 0-0 as well, because now Tuchel really needs to stem. Though I think it's clear now that they are a little far away from being title contenders. So they would like to kind of at least compete with Liverpool now, and they would like to stem the kind of goals they've been leaking. So I would not be surprised if they get and Tottenham, especially without Son. I don't know where the attacking numbers are going to come from, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get two clean sheets out of these three games.
Yeah, completely agree. I know a lot of people already own Alonso and Rudiger, Rudiger, and definitely a hold. Obviously for the double game week and 23, and it's a clear move away from 24, obviously, because they have blanks, and even game week 27 could be a blank for them because that's the Carabao Cup final. They're already leading with Tottenham in the first leg, so if they win that, so that's going to be a blank as well. So for me, I'd see hold for game week until game week 23 if you already have them, and then move on from there. And we just, it's a City asset, a City defender, which we'll come to when we look at the long-term defense, is a definite something to look for. Kind of move.
Absolutely. The Wolves is the third one. They have been going under the radar. Actually, the numbers, I also kind of made a thread about them on Twitter in terms of the defensive numbers, and it only came into limelight when they won at Old Trafford 1-0, or it was at Old Trafford, right? Yeah, 1-0.
Yeah.
And the defensive numbers that they have, I think, is the third best, third or fourth best, if I'm not wrong, in terms of expected goals conceded. Second highest in terms of total goals conceded. Less than Chelsea and Liverpool. So the next two fixtures, they sheet. I don't know how many managers really hold Wolves asset right now in terms of defensive numbers. The Southampton home, and Brentford away. They could or could not keep a clean sheet, but I think I would suggest the way Wolves have been defensively shaping up. I wouldn't be surprised if there are two clean sheets straight away.
Yeah, the only concern, I think the size was moved.
Size is
It's gone to
AFCON, yeah.
AFCON, so if that's going to affect, but I'm they're still very solid with Jose Sa, Cody still there, so I think they're pretty solid. If you own them, I don't know if you're going to start in game week 22 any of their assets, because we already have Cancelo,
Yeah.
Trent if he's back from COVID, and probably a double game week player, Tottenham or someone. But yeah, Brentford could still be a game you could start a Wolves asset if you don't have anyone else. So if they are, I think it's definitely worth looking at one of their assets. Just the price they are at could easily be a fourth defender.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. We got on the medium term for defense. Tottenham have had I think the best defensive number in the last 5 to 6 game weeks. Obviously, their fixtures were relatively easy as well, but it was expected. Considering Conte was kind of take over the complete charge of how Tottenham is shaping up. They were giving good attacking numbers as well now, but Son is off, so that's a different issue altogether. But going into the defense, there are decent fixtures. They have Southampton home. Wolves also is not bad because Wolves, they hardly score. City, Chelsea might be a tough one. I think this double game week, Arsenal might be a tough one as well. But I think I wouldn't be surprised looking at Leicester's shortage of attackers. They might get a clean sheet there.
True. I mean, on paper, the Arsenal-Leicester game may not be the best of double game weeks, but I don't know. Arsenal's away form is a bit sketchy against the tougher teams, so I wouldn't completely rule that out. With Tottenham being so solid, and I think is this all away games? Okay, this is away games for Tottenham.
This is away game for Arsenal. So Arsenal is 18th at the bottom, 18th from bottom.
Probably good for attack for Tottenham. Maybe good for attack. Clean sheet, unsure, but Leicester is probably a good one, as you mentioned. They don't have a striker. It's definitely a chance that they could keep a clean sheet there. And the price for Tottenham's defenders as well. Emerson at 5, Reguilon at 5.3. Even Davies is starting. Dyer is starting as well, so that's 4.6. Good price. So Southampton, Wolves, Leeds, all good fixtures as well. So for me, I think if you have one, definitely a hold through these fixtures.
United, we discussed about them in the attacking front. Defensive. I'm not too really sure who are the assets to really go for. Though Varane is back now, so they look a little better. He makes the defense look a little solid. But Dalot is one. People really got him in for 21 double game week. He didn't feature. Did he feature yesterday against Villa in FA Cup?
Yes, he did. He played the 90 minutes against Villa. So it's likely that he also had an injury, though. He continued playing.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if he's going to play in the league, or maybe Wan-Bissaka might be back. So Dalot, I don't see as an option. Shaw misses the Villa game because of his 5th yellow card. So again, he is out of question as well.
Yeah.
So it's only Varane who might start both the games. And obviously, for me, I think the best pick is David De Gea. I got him in a few weeks ago, and quite a few of them did, with Ramsdale's kind of fixtures turning and a lot of blanks as well. So,
and it's an easy switch as well from Ramsdale to DDG. But it's depends on how much money you kind of earned on Ramsdale. He's at 5.1. Obviously, you'll get 4.8, but DDG is 5.5, 5.1.
I think it was 5.1 when I got him in. I think it's gone up to 5.2 now.
So I think he's a good shot because you said amongst the defense, he seems to be saving a lot, getting the bonus points as well.
Yeah, United's leaky defense is giving him enough chances to save. So yeah, I think you'll get save points at the very least with the hair.
But Varane coming back is good news. They would look more solid now going forward. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
maybe
surprised if they start clicking more clean sheets now.
yeah, maybe we could expect like maybe three, four, three clean sheets in the next six is not too far off, and it's possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is decent, Yeah.
West Ham is right there. Yes, they have not been brilliant in terms of the defensive numbers. I think 3 or 4 clean sheets in the whole season. But looking at it's a medium term, so if you see the alternate games like at home, Leeds, Watford, Newcastle. Yes, all these teams love to attack. I wouldn't be surprised if they get a clean sheet. Not obviously not 3 of them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get 2 out of these 3 clean sheets. Because Leeds now, I think Bamford also might be back. I've heard Watford away. Attacking numbers are better than at home. So it's a tricky one.
I mean, one thing to consider here is that Game Week 24 is in February. They could have Cresswell back. Maybe Zuma is going to be back
Correct.
as well. So they could have a lot of their main defenders back. So they could go on a decent run of clean sheets from then onwards, from Game Week 24 onwards. So yeah, still some way away. There's a long way. There's a winter break. Players getting back to fitness. So there's a good chance. One to keep an eye out for sure.
All right, long-term defense. Again, City doesn't need a double game week. Especially their defensive numbers have been superb, fantastic. Though I have just marked 4 of them, but I think they can have all of 6 clean sheets right here. Tottenham game week 26. Hopefully, I think Son should be back. But I think 26 is in mid-Feb or somewhere.
Yeah.
Chelsea, not sure. And the City defense really becomes really rock solid against the top 6 teams. So yeah, I think most of us have Cancelo going double on the defense, especially with Chelsea, having double blanks back to back, and maybe as you said, game week 27 might be a blank as well. It could be an easy switch to Diaz or Laporte.
Laporte is.
I was just seeing a stat. His touches in the box, his shots in the box are more than Cancelo's.
Yeah.
So that's a surprising one, and he scored goals as well.
Yeah, I know Laporte is playing very well at the moment in attack. He's coming forward. He's the first to kind of reach the ball. I think in the last couple of game weeks, I think one of his goals got ruled out due to offside. I think did he get the assist as well against Arsenal, the winner?
He did. I think he did.
I think he did. So for me, at 5.6 or 5.5, I don't know what's value right now. He looks like a steal. And again, another player along with Foden from City, worth getting him in 23 or 24 for sure.
Just again, the stat about fixtures from game week 28 to 38. And obviously, City is one of those teams who have played all the games right now. They don't have any postponements. But having said that, what the lead that they've taken in terms of the title fight, the game week from 23rd, their FDR is second. So, the title might just be over from till game week 33, 34, 35. And though I'm not saying that Pep is really going to change his structure, even if the title is confirmed, he will definitely play the way it is. What I'm trying to say is that they would like to really close this title as early as possible. So you might just see more clean sheets coming very soon.
Absolutely, yeah, good point there.
Liverpool is the next one. I didn't put Liverpool in the attacking one because being Salah and Mane being away, I'm not really sure. Those goals will come, but I don't see whether we will be as effective as when they are present. Yes, Jota is there, and I think Origi, Minamino, all these guys will come, but they really haven't played together a lot. So, but I think the defense will be fine. Leicester again without Wadi and then the injuries that they've had, they should be fine. Ian Archer is away at AFCON. Depending on Nigeria how they play, then they have Burnley, Norwich. So Yes, they have a blank game week in 27. That's because of their EFL Cup commitment. The clinches look fine. I think out of these 5 fixtures, minimum 3
Yeah.
should be coming in.
Yeah, I think so.
I
And
know.
obviously, almost everyone
Yeah,
owns TAA. I don't know if
yeah,
anybody wants to double up. I'm not too sure. I mean, City seems more like the ideal destination to go for a double up.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably just stick with what we have at Liverpool right now. But what is your thoughts on Salah for Liverpool? Do you still own him? Planning to remove him? What's thoughts around
Yeah,
that?
that's a good one. I actually, so obviously I did remove him for Son, and obviously the lightning struck the wrong time. And
Yeah,
but to be honest, people still have him, and it's Son getting injured was kind of lucky for them. And now the only thing is that they are contemplating on whether they should really stick with him till game week 24. I think game week 24 clashes with the semi-finals of AFCON, if I'm not wrong. Egypt is in the top 5 contenders,
yeah,
though they're not the favorites. Senegal is definitely one of the top 2 favorites. So Senegal and Algeria.
yeah,
So your Mahrez is of the world, and I think Benrahma, obviously
yeah,
Mane, Mendy from Chelsea. So these guys. Uh, it's a tough one actually, to be honest.
yeah.
His price has dropped to 12.8 or 12.7. I don't know whether it's going to drop further. Um, it's a very tricky one. Do you still hold him?
Yeah, I hold him, so that's the decision that I have to take.
Right.
I might, in case Leicester have Villa have a double game week in 23. Then there's a good chance for me to kind of move around assets. Um, you know, get like 3-4 game weeks out of a player versus Salah
Right.
who can only bench. So some thinking around that, but yeah, it's going to come down to the end, to the wire, just before the deadline at
Mm.
22. What call I take on that one?
Because the closest to him in terms of the pricing is Bruno and KDB. And
Yeah,
KDB looks to be on song now, but
yeah,
um, and whenever he's been injury free, I think Pep has played him regularly. But again, it's a
yeah,
risk. What we've done here is we've tried to kind of uh, put down the dates for FA Cup as well as Premier League, and if there are any clashes going on. In terms of the EFL Cup, semi-finals are the only semi-final left. Obviously, one got postponed between Arsenal and Liverpool. That's again another, I think, a saga which is going to play on when Klopp said that it was all false positives, so on and so forth. Uh, so FA Cup, yes, you could see round 4, which is the next set of rounds. So there's a difference of 4 days between round 4 and game week 20 for a Premier League. The 2 game weeks to be really focused at is the quarterfinals of FA Cup clashes with the game week 30, which is the 19th March, and I'll just kind of show you, the teams which are still involved from Premier League in FA Cup. So there are these 12 arrows plus Chelsea and Crystal Palace. So 14 out of the 32 teams in the next one are Premier League teams. I only see 2 games which are all Premier League game. One is Wolves versus Norwich, and Tottenham versus Brighton, and Everton versus Brentford. So so 3 Premier League teams will be out of here. I don't see any other really. Yes, FA Cups really create a lot of upsets, but I'm expecting out of these 14 teams, 6 or 7 to really get on to the next round, which, as I said, is going to clash here in game week 30. So game week 30 is supposed to be the biggest blank game week. What are your thoughts? A great game week to really play the chip.
yeah. I think anybody who's having both the free hits, I think quite a few still own both free hits. For me, yeah, it's a big blank for sure to use the free hit chip on in game week 30. 33 should be a smaller one. Maybe 2 or 3 teams going to miss out.
Yeah,
So yeah,
semi-finals. Yeah.
30 seems like the ideal place to use one of the free hits. And if you could hold it without any issues, so I'm sure there'll be some good weeks. Even game week 38 is like a 37, 38 are high scoring game weeks. So the other second free hit could be used at that time.
Absolutely. How many chips you left with? One wildcard, 2 free hits?
No, I've used up my free hit. It's a very last minute plan, and I almost thought I lost the team and made it in time, but it went through. But not
Oh,
the
okay.
best.
The game week where the site crashed, is it?
Yeah, the site crashed. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't too bad.
Right.
60 points, I think. So yeah, I've used up one free hit. I wish I had both because there'll be definitely some fixtures to target in the second half. But yeah, my call would be if you have both the free hits, game week 30 is a definite must to use that one.
Absolutely, and I think there are still 14 or 15 games to be rescheduled. So there's lots to come. Yes, we have got hit. People have got hit because of postponements and the chips that they played and the assets that they got in. But the positive side is those games are still yet to be played. So it's planning is all there. Yes, right now luck is a huge part to play, but it's fine. I think it's. I think I read a tweet somewhere. The person who's going to win FPL this year is going to be one who's not on Twitter. So because there's so much of hue and cry on Twitter right now, so it's kind of can take a toll. So
yeah, for sure.
So yeah. All right. So yeah, as we tried here to navigate through these 22 to 27 fixtures. Yes, there will be more postponements. Definitely. Please hold on to your chips. Please stay calm. That's more important. I've had a big drop from the rankings in the last 3-4 game weeks. So it's all about how you kind of stay calm and keep at it. That's it. Even in your case, I think you started slow, and in the last December has been good for you.
Yeah, I think so. It's been I started my season very high. I was around the 50K mark, and then I fell all the way to 500K, and then fought my way back up to 50K again, and then fell again down to 100K with all these blanks and all the fixtures. I'm right now back up to 50K, and I've actually broken through the 50K barrier, so I'm happy about that. Hoping that this game week doesn't hurt a lot. There's just a couple of fixtures left. And yeah, 22 should be good, I guess. So I'm hoping for a good run and hoping to continue rising. 10K target as always. So hope to get there.
Absolutely. All the best to you. All the best to all of us. Please consider supporting FPL Trybe by leaving a like and subscribe. I think we'll be doing a video after almost 15 to 20 days. Please do support us, and don't forget, next week is double game week 22. Friday is the deadline. It's the Jan 14th. I hope I got the dates right this time.
Yes.
Thank you once again, Trybe. Thank you once again, Sushant. And we will see you next week as well.